On the news tonight, President Tinubu at UN General Assembly hosts bilateral meetings with heads of states. FCT Christian Pilgrims Welfare Board wants 2023 intending programs on abscondments. Plus, top management staff NNPC Limited sent on retirement. Good evening and welcome to the 7 p.m. news on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, your unity station. My name is Aisha Uba Ali. President has been advancing Nigerians' readiness to strengthen economic ties with countries of the world ready for genuine business. The president projected this course as The president projected this course as he received some heads of state and businesses on the sideline of the United Nations General Assembly in New York. Musbah Wahab reports.
President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa was the first knocking on the door of President Bola Tinubu for bilateral talks. It was a meeting of the two African giants. In that way, the two leaders have agreed to project at the United Nations General Assembly. President Tinubu asserted that Africa must have a consensus that the hundreds of billions of dollars spent through international development finance institutions over the years must meet the specific needs of developing democracies in Africa. The Nigerian leader believed that Nigeria and South Africa have all the human and natural resources required and so can collaborate in a mutually beneficial way that enriches the two countries. President Tinubu said South African business community has done well in Nigeria and also believes that their mining industries have a role to play in the Nigerian solid minerals development. Referencing President Tinubu's quick implementation of what he called brave economic reforms, the South African president agreed that the two countries have much more wealth to create together in close and intentional partnership with each nation leveraging on each other's respective strength. President Tinubu equally had bilateral discussions with the President of the Union of Comoros and Chairperson of the African Union (AU), Azali Assoumani, and Tinubu said the AU is strategically positioned to secure a common position for the continent on economic and socio-political relations with the world. He acknowledged there is nothing that can bring development and prosperity outside of embracing freedom and constitutional order, as that is a critical hallmark of sustainable development. The chairperson of the African Union, President Assoumani, noted that the Union seeks to complement Nigeria's efforts in securing peace and prosperity in Africa rather than competing with it. The President of Comoros said his country seeks to learn from Nigeria's experience concerning the steady improvements in diversity management, electoral officiation, and economic growth over the years. President Bola Tinubu also received the Secretary General of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation (OIC), Hussein Brahim Taha, where he reiterated that the Islamic world has a strategic role to play in the sustenance of peace and development in Africa and across the world. From New York, Musbah Wahab, NT News.
And back home, over 70 management staff of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, including the Chief Corporate Communications Officer, have retired involuntarily. The cadre of the management staff retired starts from the rank of deputy managers. It may be recalled that 2 years ago, many had retired voluntarily. This time around, it is compulsory once you have less than 15 months to statutory retirement. This followed the recent promotion of 3 of its personnel to the position of vice president. According to the NNPCL, the move is in a bid to pursue effective organizational renewal to support the delivery of its strategic business objectives, as it has become imperative to rejuvenate its workforce. In the same vein, NNPC Limited on Sunday announced the appointment of three new executive vice presidents, as well as outlined their various designations. They are Orishemeyiwa Eyeson, who is now the new executive vice president upstream. Olalekan Ogunleye takes over as executive vice president, gas, power, and new energy, and Adedapo Shegun, executive vice president, downstream. In a bid to ensure the nation's capital city wears a befitting look, the Development Control Department has resolved to pull down all contravening structures posing nuisance in the territory. Director of the department, Mukhtar Galadima, stated this during a recent cleanup exercise within the city center. Onoze Yagubu tells us more.
The bulldozers of the Development Control Department did not spare these petty traders, whom the city managers believe their structures are in contravention of the city master plan.
I have a legal judgment, a legal and approval given to me by FCDA.
This drama played out at the Aso Drive of Asokoro District, Abuja, where an abandoned structure, earlier marked for demolition, was immediately halted after the owner of the property presented a court judgment preventing the FCTA from interfering with her property.
If you look at that area, it's purely a low-density residential area, and predominantly development there are low-density residential development, mostly duplexes, one suspended floor or two suspended floors. But the structure in question is a massive structure of luxury apartments, which may end up to be a hotel. So there was no approval to that effect. I have gone through the file, even though it was granted approval for duplex sometimes, but they didn't build in line with what was approved for them. You see, as responsible citizens, I have to stop the action, consult with the legal secretariat of the FCTA about the court judgment. If there was any appeal made, then I should be adequately informed, and then I should also be advised on the next line of action.
The city developers say no going back on their stance for zero tolerance to all the contravening structures in the FCT. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Chairman Christian Association of Nigeria North Central Reverend Jonah Sampson has tasked FCT residents embarking on the 2023 Christian pilgrimage to Jordan and Israel to pray for quick economic recovery for Nigeria and shun any plan to abscond or embarrass the nation while performing the pilgrimage. Asave Williams reported that he gave charge of the warning at the pre-departure orientation lecture in Abuja.
It is believed that pilgrimage prepares a believer for his final journey to heaven. It is a reminder that humans are mere mortals and visitors on earth on a journey to heaven. Towards this end, Christians have been urged to be law-abiding to enable the FCT Christian Pilgrims Board maintain their good name in and outside Nigeria.
As ambassadors, I pray that they will remember to pray for Nigeria as a country and their family as well.
The essence of pilgrimage is deepen our spiritual connection with God, which is first and foremost the primary thing, because it has to do with spirituality.
They are not just going there for a sightseeing. They are going there for spiritual exercise. At the end of the day, it's going to be a win-win for everyone. Everything is working according to plan.
On his part, Professor Stephen Yohana, an intending pilgrim, emphasized that pilgrimage helps Christians to grow, unite them from all denominations, and bring a better understanding of connectivity among the human race.
When you are able to see and touch something that happened and is written in the Bible, it kind of strengthens one's faith.
Basically, the essence of pilgrimage is to go encounter God, is to go encounter Jesus, is to go worship God.
I want such fulfillment in my life, and want to step to those areas where Jesus had walked through on earth before this time around.
This intensive orientation program organized by the Commission before departure to the Holy Land is crucial to set the ground operational rules for all stakeholders to achieve a smooth exercise. In Abuja, Asebe Williams, NTA News.
Chairman Abuja Municipal Area Council, Christopher Zaka, has assured the people of the council, especially rural communities, of his administration's commitment to build infrastructure that will uplift the socio-economic lives of the people. The assurance was given during project tour and inspection across communities in the council. The project inspected include a 500 kVA transformer at Kubo Furniture, 1 kilometer asphalt road at Jukwe Phase 1, modern motorized borehole at Ngwangedi, Jukwe, among other projects desirous of community development. Director General FCT Emergency Management Agency FEMA Alhaji Abbas Garba Idris has completed his service with the FCT Emergency Management Agency, having worked meritoriously for 10 years. Hawa Gimba takes us through his leadership position with the agency before his voluntary exit after 10 successful years in service.
Alhaji Abbas Garba Idris is the pioneer Director General of FCT Emergency Management Agency. From the period of his service in 2013, he made remarkable impacts amongst his peers through sheer determination, uncommon vision, and a strong will to succeed amidst multifaceted challenges common to newly established organizations. Dr. Abbas Garba Idris is described by many as a good man, courageous, very intelligent, and knowledgeable officer. Many confirm that he can be called at any point to get quick response as long as risks and disaster management are involved. Alhaji Idris is described as a leader and a man of wisdom who knows how to carry everyone along to achieving excellence. The FCT Emergency Management Agency, during his leadership, received many commendations and awards, including the Award of Fellow of the Risk Managers Society of Nigeria. Hawa Gimba, NTA News.
And up next is Sports Brief.
Senator John Owon Eno, Minister of Sports Development, has congratulated Team Nigerian athletes for making the country proud at the 2023 African Senior Table Tennis Championships held in Tunis, Tunisia. Africa's top-ranked player Aruna Quadri won gold in the men's singles after defeating Ahmed Salah of Egypt by 4-0 in the final game. In the women's doubles event, the duo of Funke Oshanake and Fatimo Bello overpowered Cameroon's Sarah Hanfo and Egypt's Mawa Al-Hodabi 3-2 as Nigerians clinched gold in the pulsating final. Elsewhere, Nigeria Super Eagles forward Paul Onuachu has allayed fears over his fitness after he was substituted in the Trabzonspor's Super League clash against Besiktas. The Nigerian international was replaced by Enes Destan 3 minutes after the break. Onuachu opened scoring for the hosts in the 3-0 win. In athletics, the end seems not to be in sight as regards the doping case involving Nigerian track star Toby Emerson and Athletics Integrity Unit, as she has been taken to CAS by the Integrity Unit just before the World Athletics Championship in Budapest, Hungary. Emerson was provisionally suspended after she failed to undergo a compulsory doping test. With Sport Brief, Francis Kabile, NTA News.
And it's with that sports brief we conclude the English version of the news. We stay tuned as translation comes up shortly. I am Aisha Obali. Good evening.
wona na wo abadana tuko isha daje zuma wani ye wa goba ngai na bai aje zinna shi inda ayo shi in safa a nyamaya wani za yakubu wona le shi ba we be na badai wa ngai ge peye in ba ne ba ka a pimiwe nanu zinna yi ba ngabe motar galadima wa ngai ko shi ba shishi no na bai ge a pi na mba in sheshe yilaba na ba kabaya nanu in jimi wata zani ban wani ngage nyahe no ko mjilo na injimie point na lo nzuko apimian nyahe ko ni ko jin anya la ya no we da de no nsai mbe kun sheba bai ka apie pya na no zina ba za bedai wa chige babanu nzata kokoyon bai ho ko no kokoho na bai ajinde shigbe shinpeyeda gbedogun ayesi via peye sunbwabwanya shokoshwenu Jona Samson wola atnubwaji ayesivi nu ekinzina aza nubani ye balo ekinjiji Jordan bedo Israel nyeleye nge ba mba ekusi ba bezaza eza ashipụta wee mui na baige eza wee jin abo amane tige abo anukwe wen nga mba ekusi ba beji shokwe nkala idna ntukotu nu ekinyebo asebe William wona le sheba we be na bedai wa ngege shinpe da we da denu nsa yin wo be jin we ga ba ayo kan ya mbe ba lo ekinjiji yele shinpe da municipal gwamnati bibi ekinzin da Christopher Zaka ne kalangu wa ngege wo gwamnati ko bace na mwana da nailo kwajege aza nan ashigba bawo wo gwamnati agmadalo shinpe da ye da denu nsai nwa bi sheba che wenje atutun nwo be gage ajin wajiba wo awekuni we lalo kugbo ashimpa jimpa wenje ona puwa jukweri peye kmusin wenje sokoluko nwo be gaga ajin wen chaptacha wen lalo angwangede wo lo je nuwa nwo be gage ajin bedo nu ashigba asepa ajei abo ibami ya befeke nnaye abaiho bani bwasun lelainu sai nsu
ekele m gị n'ịnọnyere anyị n'akụkọ ụwa nke taa. Aha m bụ Rachel Ifi Ono. Gere akụkọ ụwa n'uju ya. N'iji hụ na isi ala anyị mara mma ma dị etu a chọrọ ka ọ dị, ụlọ ọrụ na-ahụ maka mmepe obodo ekpebiela na ha ga-akwatu ụlọ ọbụla ewuru n'ụzọ ezighị ezi ma na-ebute oke mkpọtụ n'isi ala anyị. Onotu Yakubu wetara akụkọ na onye isi na ya bụ ụlọ ọrụ Muktar Galadima kwupụtara nke a mgbe ha na-eme mkpocha na nzacha n'isi ala anyị. Ndị ọrụ a gakwara n'ihu kwuo na ha agaghị ezu ike ruo mgbe ha kwaturu ụlọ ma ọ bụ ụlọ ahịa ewuru ebe ekwesịghị ekwesị ma mee ka isi ala anyị dị etu a chọrọ ka ọ dịrị. Onye isi oche n'otu jikọrọ ndị okpukpe otu Kraịst, ụkọchukwu Jona Samson, adọọla ndị obibi isi ala anyị bụ ndị na-akwado njem pilgrimage nke afọ abụọ afọ 2023 gaa mba Jordan nakwa mba Israel aka na ntị ka ha hie aka n'agha mgbe ha na-eme ya bụ njem. Asabe Williams wetara akụkọ na o kwuru nke a mgbe ha na-enwe nnọkọ maka ya bụ njem. Onye isi oche na okpuru ọchịchị Amak ekweela ndị okpuru ọchịchị a ọkachasị ndị bi n'ime ime obodo nkwa ma kwuo na ọchịchị ya ga-agba mbọ hụ na ha wuru ihe owuwu ga-enye aka kwalite akụ na ụba ma mee ka ha bie ndụ n'ụzọ dị mma. O kwere nghọta na o kwere nkwa mgbe o mere njem ọrụ inyocha etu ọrụ si aga na ya bụ obodo. Ọrụ ndị ọ lebela anya gụnyere igwe na-adọta ọkụ nke Kugbo, okporo ụzọ Jikwe Phase 1 nakwa borehole dị na Agwangede Jikwe na ihe ndị ọzọ dị iche iche. Igbo bụ Igbo, ọ gwụla ka ọha anyị n'ọnụ. Chebiri anyị n'ihe oge a etinyere lahụju.
Ẹ káalẹ́ o, ìròyìn ló ń dé sí etí gbọ̀nyìn láti iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán ìkànnì karùn-ún l'Ábùjá. Ọláyínká Adéníjì ni oníròyìn yìí. Nínú akitiyan rẹ̀ láti rí dájú pé olú ìlú Nàìjíríà Àbújá di ọ̀tun láìsí àní-àní, iléeṣẹ́ tó ń rí sí ètò ìdàgbàsókè rẹ̀ ti gùnlé ṣíṣe àbẹ̀wòlulẹ̀ àwọn ohun tí kò bójúmu láàrin gbùngbùn ìlú náà. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí aṣojúkọ̀ròyìn wa Omaze Yakub ṣe jábọ̀, ó ní ọ̀gá àgbà ẹ̀ka tó ń ṣètò gbálùmọ́ yìí, Mukhtar Galadima, sọ di mímọ̀ lákòókò tí wọ́n ń ṣe àbẹ̀wòlulẹ̀ yìí wípé késekése ni wọ́n rí yìí, kàsàkàsà sì ń bọ̀ lọ́nà látàrí ètò gbálùmọ́ ọ̀hún. Alága ẹgbẹ́ ọmọlẹ́yìn Kristi ẹ̀ka tìlú Àbújá àti ẹkùn àríwá, ẹni ọ̀wọ̀ Jonah Samson, ti ṣèkìlọ̀ fún gbogbo àwọn arìnrìn-àjò ọdún yìí sí ilẹ̀ mímọ́ Jordan àti Israeli wípé kí wọ́n má lérò láti jápa nínú ìrìn-àjò wọn yìí, kàkà bẹ́ẹ̀ kí wọ́n ṣe àdúrà, pàápàá jùlọ nínú ìrìn-àjò wọn yìí, èyí tí wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ rí dájú pé alálọ̀bọ̀ ni, pẹ̀lú gbígba àdúrà fún orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, gẹ́gẹ́ bí Àṣàbí Williams, aṣojúkọ̀ròyìn wa ṣe jábọ̀ láti ibi ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fún àwọn arìnrìn-àjò ọ̀hún. Alága ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Amak, Christopher Zaka, ti fìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ fún àwọn ará ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ náà, pàápàá jùlọ àwọn tó wà ní ìgbèríko, wípé ìjọba òun yóò ṣe gudugudu méje tòun yàyà mẹ́fà láti rí dájú pé àwọn ènìyàn wọ̀nyí gbé ìgbé ayé òde òní bó ti wù kó rí. Nígbà tó ń ṣe ìrìnkèrindò síbi àwọn iṣẹ́ àti ìṣe tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní àwọn ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ náà ní ìletò Kúgbó, níbi ọjà àwọn oníkápẹ́kátà, pẹ̀lú àgbékalẹ̀ àgbá ńlá tí ń gbaná sára, ìyẹn transformer, pẹ̀lú títì ọlọ́dà oníkìlò kan ní Jikoyi, tí ó sì tún ṣe kọ̀ǹgádẹ̀rọ̀ ìgbàlódé sí Agwangede bákan náà ní Jikoyi, lára àwọn iṣẹ́ àti ìṣe tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́. Tó rìn ọ̀hún kò ní ju báyìí lọ. Èmi ló ní kọ́ńpó àgbọ̀n ọ̀sàlẹ̀ ló ní họ́wùhọ́wù. Èmi rẹ̀ lájọ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà yìí o. Ẹ jẹ́ àṣekúdára, ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan láòjẹ́ o, ká sùn láyọ̀.